Hi, this is Angela, and I am the Inquisitive Farm Wife. So excited that you're here today. I'm going to be doing a new project again. We're going to be making meals in a jar. We're also participating in a collaboration called Feast in a Jar 2023 by Jan over at HomesteadWhereYouAre. Make sure that you're following along with all the videos included. Every day there's going to be a new one come out. And then on May 6th at 12 Pacific Standard Time, she's going to be doing a giveaway. So make sure you're leaving some heartfelt comments out there too, so you might have a chance to win something fun. I'm going to grab my apron and we're going to get started. Today's recipe is going to be something that everybody loves, chicken noodle soup. I was thinking about what I might want to be putting into some jars for future use. And my husband and I got on this soup kick this past winter, where at our house at noon, meals are just on your own. I try to do an evening meal, but at noon, we all have our own busy lives. I have children in school and work, and my husband and I are on different schedules with me working with the animals. Sometimes things take longer than I think they will, and so we just kind of do our own thing. And soups, already in the can from the store, was something that we used a lot of this year. And I thought to myself, I don't want to do that next year because I can do it myself. Things will taste great and they'll be much healthier for you. So today we're going to put together some individual soups. I'm going to start with a pint-sized jar, and I'm going to be using freeze-dried and dehydrated items. Now, what chicken noodle soup is without noodles? I took some rotini noodles. If I had egg noodles, I would have used those, but this is just what I had on hand, and I pre-cooked them. I put them on the freeze dryer tray, and I have them ready to go now. I'm going to use a half a cup of noodles. And what's a chicken noodle soup without chicken? I have some freeze-dried pieces of chicken. And I'm going to put in a generous 1/4 cup of that. And carrots. Using my 4 jars lids here, I found that they are perfect for not only water bath canning and pressure canning, but using for storage of my foods too. I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of my carrots. A 1/4 cup of my freeze-dried celery. And then with the onions, I'm only going to be using about 1/8 cup of that. But that's just the trifecta. You know, your celery, your onions, and your carrots. They're a great base to all sorts of recipes, including soups and casseroles. I'm just going to kind of shake this up a little bit and let that kind of work its way down. And then I'm going to open up, this is my homemade turkey broth. I'll have a video posted somewhere, an iCard for you to make it a little bit easier to find, but I have a full video on how I did that. Did you hear that? Oh, that perfect seal. Now I have found that this stuff is pretty potent, and so it's like 4 times. This is 2 cups here, so we're going to use 1/4 cup of this turkey stock. if I'm going to be using these things like this right away, I don't worry about sealing them. But if I want to have for longer term storage, I'm going to go ahead and grab out my vacuum sealer and seal these up. Broth in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some seasonings, because when I freeze dried these foods, I didn't add any seasonings to them because I wanted them to be versatile. I love parsley in any soup I have. So I have some home dehydrated parsley. I'm going to go ahead and add in. This kind of stuff is just to taste. To me, seasonings are all about what the person likes. We enjoy parsley a lot. I also think that thyme goes well with chicken, so I'm going to put just a little pinch of this lemon thyme in here too. If you guys could smell this, oh, it's fantastic. Sprinkle in a little pepper. A little garlic powder. Now this is something that's on my list of things that I want to be sure to add to my freeze drying adventures. A little salt. And that's it. Just gonna tap, tap, tap. Put myself in a moisture absorber, because when you work with dried foods, that's your enemy, is moisture. I will use one of my 4 jars lids. Now, if you're not familiar with 4 jars, down below, I have a link where you can get some information. And if you use FarmWife 10, you can save 10%. All the information's down below in my description box. So here is my feast in a jar. For, like I said, for long-term storage, we're gonna seal these. So now I'm over here. I just have a food saver, and it has this attachment. I've got my silica gel in there. I'm gonna put this on. I put vacuum and seal, and that's all there is to it. It's done. We have a seal. But unlike with canning jars, I do like to put the rings on, but use your judgment on how you want to do that. Needless to say, we now have a chicken soup ready to go whenever we want. I put some water on to boil. As you can see, it is very much boiling, because we're going to open this up now and see what it's like. Trick you can use to open the lids is to take the band and twist it. Did you hear that great seal? Love it. Take out your desiccant pack. I'm going to pour the entire thing into my bowl. And I'm going to add 2 cups of water to this. Oh no, this smells so good. You can see the bits of chicken. The broth has instantly reconstituted. But I'm going to let this set for just a couple of minutes and let the rest of it kind of come back. And then we'll give it a taste test. Okay, so our chicken noodle soup has set for a few minutes now. And I think it's time for us to give it a taste test. I'll take a little bit of the broth first. Perfect, spot on. Look at this chicken, how juicy it looks. Fully hydrated. Let's take a big old piece of carrot. Just as if I pulled it out of a can. And a piece of celery. I learned my lesson on the celery. I think when you freeze it, it does something to it. I'll admit, I didn't use the freshest celery there was, and it got frozen, and then it thawed, and then I had to refreeze it to freeze in the freeze dryer. So that could be user error, but I definitely think I'd put it in a smaller piece because it got almost a little chewy. I think I'll grind this up and make celery salt. What do you think? Should I do that? Let me know if you'd like to see a video on that. And let's try some pasta. Al dente, just the way I had made it. This is a game changer, my friends. Game changer. I am loving this. What kind of soups would you put together? Well, guys, thanks for coming along. I found out this is something I definitely like to do. And I think what I'll do is I've got all the ingredients out. Just line them up, make an assembly line, put together my kits. And remember, it's your kitchen the way you like. So are there other seasonings you would add to your chicken and noodle soup? Maybe you would take away something or add something that I did. Let me know down below. Do you like big chunks or little chunks in your soups? Is this something maybe that would be fun to gift to a friend or neighbor when they got sick? And I could have put it in a quart-sized jar instead, and then all they had to do was add the hot water to that. That could be a great gift to give someone when they're not feeling good. Thanks for joining me in the kitchen today. I really loved having you here. If you like what you saw, I invite you, if you're not already a subscriber, to do so and ring that notification bell so that you can see more videos just like this. Bye for now, friends. I'm gonna go eat lunch.